Okay, so hi there everybody. In this new video in the fundamentals of mathematics, we're going to focus now on the rationals and fractions. More on fractions, by the way. So this video will just give you the concepts of rationals and fractions. So we're going to start off with a rational number. So a rational number is a number which can be expressed as a quotient or ratio of two integers. So just take note, if we're going to go back to our very first video in the real numbers, we've talked about the rational number. Okay, and the rational number doesn't mean rational as in in the mind, all about reason, but it talks about the root word actually, ratio. Okay, so that's why one may read it as rational. Okay, rational because from the word ratio. So, but rational is okay. Okay, so quotient or ratio of two integers, a and b. So let's call that two integers a and b, denoted by a over b, a divided by b, or a divided by b. This is our previous way to write it in arithmetic. This is the conventional way to write the rational numbers in fraction form, where b must not be equal to 0, because when we have a denominator or a divisor which is equal to 0, let's just say that's not good. Okay, let's just say that's not good for now. Um, Otherwise, it is irrational. Okay, otherwise it is irrational. The number of the form here are called rational numbers. Anyways, this here can be read as the nth root of a. Again, the nth root of a. Where this symbol, okay, is called the radical sign. The n is the index, and b is what we call the radicand. Or a rather, a is called the radicand. Why is it b here? Okay, a is the radicand. Okay, anyways, um, just take note, you will see this in the square roots. Okay, in the square roots. If the index is 2, it's okay not to write any number at all. So we can see square root of 2 without any 2 there in the index. We can say square root of 3, square root of 4, square root of 5, and so on. But if n is greater than 2 or 3 or more, you should write the number there. So for example, for the cube root, for the 3, you should write 3 there. You should write 4 for the fourth root, and then so on. But for the square root, it's okay not to write the n. Okay, so those are rational numbers, and these are irrational numbers if they have the radical sign. Okay, and they cannot be simplified. So for example, square root of 4 can be simplified, right? So they're not irrational. So we're going to focus now on fractions in this batch of videos that we're going to create, or we're going to learn together. So rational numbers which could not be expressed as integers. Okay, anyways, all integers are rational numbers. Okay, I just want to emphasize that. All integers are rational numbers. For example, 2. 2 can be thought of as 2 over 1, correct? 2 over 1, 2 divided by 1. It can be also thought of 4 divided by 2, right? It can be also thought of as 10 divided by 5. Okay, that's all 2. Okay, that's all 2. Only that they can be expressed, they can be simplified as integers. But if the rational numbers could not be expressed as integers, it is because they are not divisible by their denominators or divisors. They are called fractions. Okay, they are called fractions. So a fraction is made up of two parts, the numerator and the denominator. The illustration on the right shows a circle divided into 4 equal parts over here. So as you can see, 3 parts are shaded. This indicates that 3 shaded parts out of the 4 parts given. It is expressed as 3 over 4 of a whole. Or in fraction, 3 over 4, in the fraction 3 over 4, the numerator is 3 and the denominator is 4. Okay, again, the numerator is 3 here in the top part, and the denominator is 4 in the bottom part. The numerator tells the number of parts taken from the whole. As you can see here, there are 3 shaded parts taken from the whole. Okay, the denominator tells into how many parts the whole is divided. So here, the whole circle is divided into 4 parts and 3 are shaded. That's why it's 3 over 4, or 3/4. So in form, a fraction can be expressed as generally as a over b, okay, where a is the numerator, b is the denominator, and it must not be equal to 0, because if we have a 0 in the denominator, that's not good. Maybe I can give a separate video for that. Why is it so? Okay, and the line between the numerator and the denominator is what we call the fraction bar, or the fraction line. Okay, so this is what we call a fraction. Numerator, denominator, fraction bar. Numerator is the how many parts, how many number of parts from taken from the whole. B is the number of parts in that certain whole. So we have 3 over 4 here. Okay, so generally that is what this video is all about, giving you the general concept of fractions. But let's have more review for the parts of a fraction. So take a look at this. So we have 2/5 or 2 over 5. Anyway, that's how we read fractions, 2/5. Or it can be read as simply 2 over 5. Or some books even read it as 2 on 5 to make it very simple. So 2 on 5, the numerator is 2 and the denominator is 5. Very clear enough. Another one, we have 1 over 3 or 1/3 or 1 on 3. So the numerator is 1 and the denominator is 3. And that's how we write or identify the numerator and the denominator of a fraction. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I will certainly create more videos about fractions in the upcoming days or weeks. We're going to talk about proper and improper fractions, mixed numbers. We're going to talk about similar and dissimilar fractions, equivalent fractions, and eventually we will reach a point where we will um, perform the fundamental operations on fractions like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And also at the very end, we will also have or tackle some um word problems. Okay, word problems involving fractions. So I hope you'll hold on, okay, into this series of videos that I'll be creating. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you would like and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I think I'll see you soon. Okay, thank you very much. See ya.